Good evening, brothers. Good evening. And young brothers, younger brothers. Cool. So, as the beautiful introduction included, my name is Jonathan Bryce Williams, Jonathan B. Williams. My line brothers, fraternity brothers, and a lot of family members know me as JB. It's short and sweet. I like it. You say it. I know who you're talking about. It's all good. So, tonight, what we'll be discussing is something that I typically discuss with a slightly older crowd, older as in my students over at Texas Southern University, freshmen, some sophomores. So we're talking about age ranges between 18 and 19. So for my young brothers here eating the pizza, y'all get a little treat, okay? Y'all get a little jumpstart program tonight. Y'all good with that? Y'all got phones? Okay, everybody got a phone? I need y'all to have them handy because we're gonna need them tonight. First thing we're gonna do, scan that code. Second code for you to scan. I'm assuming that everyone in the audience has an email address or email address that they use in some capacity. Just need your name and your email so I can follow up with you. You might like what you hear tonight. I can send it to you afterwards. Cool. Excellent. Moving on. I like to start all of my workshops, classes, courses, talks with a quote. The quote that you see on the screen is a quote that I have in my home, I have in my office, and that all of my students and participants know very well because I'm a broken record about it. Dreams don't work unless you do. You can have all the motivation in the world, you can have all the desire in the world. If you don't put in the work, if you don't have a plan, if you don't have a system in place, whether that system be passive through habits learned over time, whether that system be something that you follow on a day-to-day basis, like a planner or a journal, or something that reminds you to do a specific thing in a specific way, or whether you have a coach or a program that you're a part of, similar to Guy, right? Kappa League, that holds you accountable, right? Because we all need it in some capacity. So that all embodies this quote. Dreams don't work unless you do. A lot of that work is detailed in what you put into place. You heard enough about me. This is about you. That's the key word for tonight, execution. You got phones? Pull them back out, take a picture of that. The first part of your personal homework when you get home tonight, look up the definition of that word and then rewrite it in your own words in regards to what it means to you, okay? Execution. If you do not execute, it is very hard to be excellent. You may get by on natural talent for a while, but as you know very well, achievement is important, right? That's why we all here. If you do not execute, you will not achieve at a high level, you will struggle to be excellent, and you will have a very hard time accomplishing any goal that you set out for yourself. Your goals are attached to the work, okay? Not the desire. Understood? Yes? Excellent. Moving on. Here we go. For a lot of my older students, they have a gap between what they envision when they show up in front of me or when they show up to a college campus and then what it actually takes to move forward. So we talk about having plans, right? Has everybody heard of like having a plan? Any of y'all parents ask y'all what y'all plan is? Anybody moving into that space where, how many of y'all are in high school? We got any juniors in high school? Anybody start taking their standardized test yet? Anybody filled out a college application yet? Your parents ask you what your plan is? How you feel about that?
How I feel about that is basically just executing shit every day, waking up and kind of each step that I'm taking now is gonna have to provide and show when I get to college.
For sure. So you feel good about it?
Yes, sir.
You know what your purpose is?
Yes, sir.
What's your purpose?
First, be the best man I can be each and every day.
Okay, good answer. Good answer. So most people talk about either having a purpose or a plan. They show up as buzzwords in real life, social media, and conversation with your peers and parental figures. We want to understand what they each mean and why they both matter. Your purpose is why you do it. Your plan is how you do it. A lot of times when we hear plan, we think about what to do. We can all write down a whole bunch of what to do, but I promise you, every single person in this room has a different how. Okay? And your individual how matters and should align with your purpose, because that's going to feed the plan that you put into place. My good brother in the back, I see him on Instagram practicing boxing. He gonna get in the ring, right? He gonna fight soon, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go check him out. But I got a real good feeling his style may be a little different than Floyd Mayweather or Roy Jones. You see what I'm saying? Or Pacquiao, because he got to fight like him. He has a purpose on why he's getting in that ring, to pursue a goal, to accomplish, to achieve at a high level, and to execute, right? But I'm pretty sure his plan on the day-to-day and how he goes about it might look a little bit different from who he's getting in front of in the next few weeks or the next few months. But it has to align with him. Without a plan, purpose becomes frustration. How many of y'all have goals that y'all haven't accomplished yet? Why do you think that is? Anybody? No, not you. Anybody right here with pizza in front of them? What you got?
The only reason we haven't achieved our goals is because we mentally hold ourselves back.
Okay. Mentally holding yourself back. I like that answer. So when you mentally hold yourself back, what happens to the rest of the process?
Starts to become more all chopped up, and then you start to get confused and frustrated.
Your actions and behaviors don't align, right? To your purpose, right? To why you said you wanted to do it. What was the quote? Anybody remember the quote? Anybody? Let me get one.
Dreams don't work unless you do.
Clap them up. Clap them up. Good work. Good job. Good job. Dreams don't work unless you do. Okay? So regardless of how bad you want something, regardless of how strong your desire is to have something, if you don't settle yourself in the work and your plan and how you're going to go about it, not just what you want to accomplish, not just what the end goal is, not just what someone may have told you the steps are, but if you don't lock in to how to get that done, it ends up in frustration. We got that? Cool, cool. Excellent. Take out your phones. Take a picture of that. I'll wait. Hey, I got some cool shirts, man. I can get one? I can get one of them shirts? Can I get one of them shirts? Your glasses, too. I need them both. I don't want your shirt. I need a shirt. Everybody take a picture? My boy got the flash on. He about to study tonight. That's what's up. 3-step system, 3 P's: purpose, process, practice. You have to know why you're doing it. You have to have a process into how you're going to do it. And then the practice is what aligns with the execution. The practice aligns with the execution. Does anybody know what practice looks like? And not the famous Allen Iverson video. Anybody want to tell me about practice? Go ahead. Man, clap him up. Clap him up. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Practice is an accumulation of daily patterns of behavior. Repeat after me. Practice is an accumulation of daily patterns of behavior. Patterns of behavior is how you practice. You can go to practice. Any athletes in here? Y'all go to practice, right? And if you practice horribly, what happens when it's time to compete? Right? Because the patterns of behavior that you put into practice have now shown up when the lights come on, when it's game time, when it's time to score, when it's time to win and succeed and excel, right? So it's not just going through the motions, it's about how we go through those motions. Because you're going to go through them anyway, so make them count, right? So we need great patterns of behavior in our practice. So remember, your purpose is your why. Everyone has a motivation. All of our older yet younger gentlemen in the room have a purpose as to why they wake up every day. For some of them, it's for some of y'all sitting right here with pizza in front of y'all. For others, it's because they got a mortgage to pay. Okay? For some of them, they may have some grandkids coming soon. You don't know, right? Never know. It could be to lift their community. It could be to give back in a purposeful way. It could be because they want to pour into the world something that they may not have had or experienced when they were your age, right? The purpose is the why. The fun fact about the why is it belongs to you. No one can tell you or dictate if your why is relevant or not. It has to be relevant to you. But what we can all see and observe is how you're going about it through your structure. And we have to know what structure and what process will get us to our end goal. How many of y'all got a planner? He looked at me like, what? A planner. A planner. A planner. Y'all write in it every day? Y'all have alarms on your phone that y'all set? All right. Do y'all stay true to those or y'all snooze them? Y'all snooze them? Yo. Multiple alarms, smart man. That's self-accountability. See, he built it into his structure, right? Because he understands himself. Self-awareness, good work. Okay, and again, practice is how you show up consistently. So if you're practicing consistent, positive patterns of behavior, behaviors that help you make progress, behaviors that help you get better, then you will see a positive end result, okay? Phones out, take a picture of that. It's the clarity model. Any of y'all parents talk to y'all about core values? Y'all gonna need to know them. Because some of y'all going to college soon. And some young lady gonna challenge them core values. Y'all need to know them. So y'all don't bend, all right? Core values is about defining what matters most. Here's the tricky part about what matters most. It's about what matters most as it relates to your goal, not what matters most or what feels like what matters most in that moment. Because sometimes what matters most to you when you're at the party might be different than what matters most to you a few months from now, okay, as a senior. Does that make sense? Y'all get that? Y'all need some more details or y'all good? Y'all good? Cool. Moving on. Okay? Legacy goals. Where are you headed long term? Just aligns with what I just said. Action steps. Break the big goal into small wins. How many of y'all feel like y'all got a goal and sometimes you feel like, man, I don't know when that's going to happen? That's fair. I feel like that too. I'm pretty sure all of your parents, your brothers, your big brothers in the back feel that way also. Sometimes you got a goal so big and you feel it so strongly inside of you, but you have no idea when that's going to take place, or you feel like you have positive daily patterns of behavior, but you still don't have any idea what that timeline looks like. Has anyone here heard of reverse engineer? Reverse engineering? Anyone here? Okay, somebody who raised their hand. Okay, with pizza in front of them. Tell me what reverse engineering is. Doing it backwards. Clap them up. Clap them up. That's a great way. That's an incredible summary. Short and sweet. You start with the end goal, and then you work it backwards. So if you want to be a millionaire, that's the end goal, right? What happens right before you become a millionaire? You have a product, a service, or some type of system that makes you a lot of money, right? So now, right before that, what did it take to set that thing up, right? Then you break that up. Then right before that, you probably have to learn something to set that up. And then right before that, you have to be in front of the right people to show you what that looks like. Right before that, You have to figure out how to get in front of them people. Right before that, you sitting down right now eating pizza. Does that make sense? Cool. Excellent. Routine systems. Build structure into your days. We talked about that already. Identity alignment. Make choices that match your values. So if you say, I want to make an A in this class, I want to be honor roll, when you get to college, you want to be on the dean's list, but you never studying, are you aligned? Probably not. If you say you want to join the greatest fraternity in the world, but you walking around wearing the wrong color all the time, is that aligned? Probably not. Probably not. Track your progress. Measure your weekly momentum. So this is where we become more self-assured. How many people like a little pat on the back, a little congratulations for what they do? A little bit? My boy, his hand popped up immediately. He said, for sure. For sure, all right? But here's the reality. You won't always get that. And you may not always get that from the people who you want it from the most. So we build that in by tracking and measuring our weekly momentum through things like our planner, like the alarms that we set, like keeping a network of positive people around us who are doing the same things, because sometimes you have to measure yourself within your community. Not against them, right? Not in competition, but to say, hey, if you're on a sports team and you're on varsity and all you do is work out with the best guys on the team, even though you feel like you huffing and puffing all the time, you're probably in good company, right? If they going places and you always hang out with them, you probably going places too, right? Because guess what? It works in the opposite way. If you hang out with two broke people, guess what? You're going to be the third, all right? It works positive and negative. But by measuring your weekly momentum, you stay aligned and self-assured with where you're going to create that clarity. And just as I just mentioned, your network. Surrounding yourself with accountability partners and community. Phones out, take a picture. It's probably the most somebody ever asked y'all to use your phone in a learning environment, huh? Voluntarily, right? Take your phones out now.
Phones are banned.
Phones are banned. Man, y'all that bad with the phone? Illegal?
Yes.
Federal law.
Against souls? We'll get into that. We'll talk about that later. God, Lee, go ahead. Ooh-wee. Okay, here we go. Whatever goal you have, you all know what your goal is. Tonight, I want you to go home, write it down. That's your one major goal. I want you to break it up into 3 actionable steps. 3 actionable steps for the week and a minimum of 3 actionable daily steps that you take to reach that goal. It's very natural to have a goal. Some days you work real hard at it. Some days you put a little bit of effort. On Saturday, you forgot you had a goal. You wake up Sunday and be like, oh, man, I need to get it together. And then Monday happens, right? And then we rinse and repeat the same thing. But what I want to impress upon y'all right now at y'all's age, and y'all can get a reference from any brother in this room wearing a blazer and a tie, because they can vouch for it. It's natural. Don't feel bad about it. But we want to hold y'all accountable early to achieve at a high level, so it just becomes what you do. Because what you do should be operating at a high level, and that's making sure that you stay in action and stay on task. Identify one behavior that you're either not currently doing that you can start now to help you reach your goal, or one behavior you can identify that you have not done at all, or that you could do better. If you kind of do it a little bit, rarely, barely, then you don't do it. So figure out what that is, implement it so you can improve. The easiest one for students, improve my grades. You need to schedule some study blocks, some time to study. You need to get into some tutoring. Of course, that's more so for my college students. But for you guys, you can ask your mentor, you can ask your parents. If some of y'all have siblings that may be good at a subject that you may be struggling in or that you could improve upon, Anybody got straight A's? I got 3 with straight A's. So, who y'all just saw who got straight A's? The rest of y'all need to go talk to them. That's the assignment. Because that whole row should have straight A's, regardless of your age. Because if they're older than you, they've already conquered it, right? Okay? And if they're younger than you, you need to pour back into them, because that's why you're here, right? Okay, cool. Excellent. Progress over perfection. Because even when you reach what you thought was perfection, there will be another level. Right? Because I promise you, every man in this room one day dreamed about being exactly who they are right now. And now that they got there, they like, man, what's next? Every day. But I bet you 10 or 15 years ago, the man that they are now, they thought that probably felt like hitting the lotto to them. Y'all will feel the same way. Some of y'all may have already felt that way. Some of my young brothers who are a little older. Some of y'all older, y'all in high school, juniors, coming up on y'all senior year. When y'all was in middle school, y'all was like, man, I can't wait to be bigger. I can't wait to have some muscles. I can't wait to be able to dunk or touch the rim. Now you done got there, now you like, man, I need to be doing all the stuff in the dunk contest now. You know what I'm saying? So you have to know that your progress will always be greater than your idea of perfection. Okay? Let me say that. Phone's out. Take a picture. How many of y'all got chores at home? Who cleaned the whole house? You clean the whole house? Who else cleaned the whole house? Why are you looking at him like he lying? It's Cap. It's Cap. You know he don't clean the whole house?
Yeah.
I do.
He say he do. I think y'all should have a contest. See who can clean the whole house better. We all got chores at home, right? How many of y'all like doing y'all chores? In general. How many of y'all like waking up when that alarm clock go off? Same 2 hands. How many of y'all like studying for the subjects in school y'all don't care for? Okay, all hands down. Now, out of all those examples, what happens if you don't do any of the things that I just mentioned? Fall behind, fail. What else? Consequences. So, what? What'd you say? You become dead weight. First line, discipline isn't punishment, it's protection. It protects you from poor performance, leading to poor environments, creating hard times for yourself and whoever else attached to you. So that's why we have to take pride even in the things that we don't want to do or feel like doing every day. Positive patterns of behavior daily, because discipline isn't punishment, it's protection. Systems keep you from depending on motivation, from simply manifesting something into your life. What you do every day in a systematic way, and that system is aligned to you specifically, it keeps you from depending on when you feel like doing it. Because I'm pretty sure every young brother in this room has missed an assignment at home, and your parent has some fun words for you. Yes? Y'all don't want to speak up? Some of y'all parents in here, right? Don't worry, we all done been there. Cool. But when you don't feel like doing something, it's probably a sign that when you need to do it the most. You need to step up and do it the most to protect you from feeling motivated to do it. When you structure your time, you honor your goals. And let me tell y'all something about structure. You end up with a lot more time and free time to do what you feel like doing when you have a system in place. When you don't, you always scrambling. You always trying to figure something out. You always feel like it ain't enough time in the day. You never meeting deadlines. You become unreliable. People stop dealing with you. When people don't deal with you, it's hard to build by yourself. Understood? Okay? Do we already understand that? Y'all already living that way, right? Okay? At a high level. Excellent. Good job. Cool. Own your season. Ask yourself that top question. What's my next step towards clarity? Clarity for your goals, clarity about what college you may want to go to, clarity about what you want to achieve in school on an academic level, from my athletes, what you want to achieve as an athlete in whichever sport or season that you may be in, what you want to accomplish and become more clear on with your relationships, with your brothers in Kappa League, with your real life siblings, with your parents, with your community, at your church home. Get real clear about what your next step is and write it down before the night ends, right before you go to sleep. Add it to your prayer. You don't have to figure it out alone. You can ask somebody for help. The best way to ask for help is to start putting your thoughts out there. Just start talking. People will pick up on it. Because believe it or not, most of us have been where you are, so you don't have to have the perfect question to ask when you need help. Just start talking through it, and we got you. Understood? Cool. Thanks for showing up. Good job.